So where do I stand with project panning? I don't know. Hello everyone, welcome back or welcome to my corner of the internet. So as you guys can see, today we're going to do a get ready with me. I had asked you guys a while back I posted on my not my membership, on my community tab to see what get ready with me topics you guys wanted me to talk about, and project panning was one of them. So I'm here today to talk to you guys 3 months in of not doing any project panning. What have I learned? How I am doing? Am I missing it? Do I want it back? Am I ever gonna project pan again? Am I doing it secretly? So I have all the juicy answers for you guys today. So we're gonna do a get ready with me and talk about it. Okay, so I already primed my eyes. I'm just going to put a little bit of the Bobbi Brown one, the face, you guys know what it's called, vitamin enriched face base on my face, just to, because it's been about at least 2 hours since I've done my skincare. So I just want to make sure that I have something on here before I go in with, it always makes my face look red every time I rub it. Anyway, and we're also going to use a Carly Bible. It was requested to either use this one or the Anastasia one. I'm going to use this one in a different one because I really want to, well, I might end up using both. We'll see. So this is what the Anastasia one looks like and the Carly Bible. I'm trying to see if I want to keep this one in my collection. So as much as I like it, I don't know, but we're going to play around with it just to play. So I'm going to more concentrate on this one if I possibly can. Okay, so anyway, you guys, so I wrote down a few things, but I lost the paper. I don't know where it is. As you guys know, my room has been a mess. I have the space heater on. It's freezing again today, so I won't be able to function if I don't have it on. So I wanted to talk to you guys about my project panning journey, basically. So as you guys know, or if you don't know, I project pan for 9 straight years. This would have been my 10th year, but I decided to experiment and completely get away from project panning to see how my life as far as my beauty world has changed, or if it hasn't, or if I miss it, or whatever the case may be. So I am 3 months in, no project panning, and I do have pros and cons to it. So I'm going to bounce back and forth about how it has been for me, just so you guys can understand and experience it. I will say that as of right now, I don't 100% miss project panning, and I think it's because it's already embedded into me to already use things naturally. So I don't need a project pan to tell me to stick to one foundation, stick to an eye primer, stick to a mascara, that kind of stuff. Like certain things I will just naturally project pan on, but I don't consider it project panning. It's just more of like me using it because I want to use it and I do enjoy it, or I understand that it's my oldest, and if I do want to get my use out of it, I should basically use it. So I will tell you that one of the pros of not project panning is I have truly been able to dive in this year, even more so than the previous years, to my makeup collection and really see what I want to keep and what I don't want to keep. I know that we have this conception of project panning allows us to understand our products more, but I felt like it was more of a niche, like a centered, concentrated area versus your whole entire makeup collection. Once I decided not to project pan, I decided to dabble into all of my makeup, and I started to realize that there was a lot of things that I wasn't touching. There was a lot of things that even if it was thrown into a project pan, I didn't really care to keep or continue to use. I noticed that while I was project panning, anything that I was concentrating on for long term, I didn't want to keep. But there was a lot more that I would just look at without even project panning to know that. And I couldn't fully 100% commit to that because I always had project pans going and I had to concentrate on other products. So one of the pros of me stopping project panning was the fact that I was able to just go throughout my whole collection and really think about everything. It only took me 1 or 2 times to really play around with something to see like whether I wanted to keep it or not. And I will say that I have really felt like I needed this because so much has left my collection. Things that I knew that I just was kind of like on the fence with, that I didn't know if I wanted to keep or not. But I just never took the time to really evaluate and think about thoroughly. I've been able to let go of things that I thought I would never be able to let go of. I've let go of this year, and I thought that me putting things on Poshmark would kind of make me second guess it, and not one thing. As much as some of these things are beautiful and one of a kind and they're no longer available, I don't have that FOMO. I don't have that, oh, I know I got a comment on one of the palettes I let go of, the Mercury Retrograde, and the person left a comment saying like, oh no, not that one. And I know it's no longer available. I know it is a beautiful palette, but I knew that I was not using it to its fullest, and I wasn't going to. I didn't care for the color story, and I have it in other brands. So I was just like, why keep it? I understand that Huda's not making any larger palettes anymore, and that to some may be like a drastic thing and they want to keep palettes for that reason of hers, but I just couldn't. I just knew that I was taking up space for palettes that I was never going to reach for. I want to open up my drawers and really enjoy what I have, and me panning was holding me back in a sense, because I am the type of person that when I have a goal or something, that I need to stay on track and not veer off. So that's what project panning was doing to me. I know one of the pros of panning is I did use a lot of my makeup products. I only ended up using this one, by the way. I did use a lot of Project Pan things. I did really enjoy emptying out products, but as I was thinking about it, the products that I was emptying out, the products that I was using are things that I know I can do on my own without having it to be told to me. So I'm very happy with that. I don't feel like that necessarily is a part of me that is missing, because I didn't use it for that reason. I used it more for entertainment purposes and really challenging myself on the things that I knew I could not do. One of the things that I was against when it came to panning in the beginning was panning eyeshadows. And I will tell you that even till this day, as much as I love seeing a pan on an eyeshadow, I still don't find enjoyment in panning eyeshadows. I really, really don't. I love sticking to a palette for as long as I want to without the goal of hitting pan. But if it happens to be that way, I feel like even more accomplished than if it was just me being forced. So many palettes that I hit pan on are no longer in my collection. Things that I should have never even tried to hit pan on, should have already had left. But again, I couldn't see that clearly. I couldn't see that. And I mentioned this in a previous video. I feel that this year there was a turning point. And this is me working at this for a long time. I don't have FOMO anymore. I don't feel like I'm missing out. I don't feel like I need anything, or I'm missing out on something that's a limited edition release. I just evaluating my products, really zoning in on what I have, and then looking to see what gaps I'm missing. The gaps that I'm missing are on purpose, because I'm not going to use those products. I don't care for those products. And then the things that I am wanting are not your typical stuff that I used to want. So 21 Days of Beauty is happening, and I have purchased from them, but it's very specific items. It isn't anything you might think I would reach for, would need, or would want, I should say, because there's nothing earlier that I could need. Looking through my collection, I realized that I only had one brown eyeliner. So I really wanted to try different eyeliners. So I saw that Persona Cosmetics was having their eyeliners for $8. And I'm like, that is the price of a drugstore eyeliner. So I did purchase some of their brown eyeliners. There's like 2 or 3 that I really wanted that were unique enough that I don't have anything like. And I have panned in the past and I really enjoyed, but never replaced them. So I did end up getting that. You'll see those in an upcoming video. But what I typically would have purchased is not what I'm purchasing now. Natasha Denona came out with 2 new palettes and I'm not interested. If anything, I sold the dupe to her latest palette, the Bloom palette. I realized that I don't like those kind of tones on me. It's just too stark and too much. And in the summer, I am a 2 shadow person. I am a lover of shadow sticks in the summer. So I saw myself using that palette in the summer, but I really didn't because I don't use 3 to 4 looks on an eye. Like this would be too much for me in the summertime. And I knew, I'm now knowing that. I also feel like I am not, and not that I really did, but I kind of felt like to a point I was getting products that I knew would do well on my channel. I still would enjoy, I still really was excited to have in my collection, but not necessarily to my taste 100%. It would just be like, I would justify it by saying, okay, well, I love eyeshadow. I love this brand and I know it's going to do well as far as views. So I'll get it and I'll figure out a way to use it. And I did that for a while, but then I'm like, but now I have so many eyeshadow palettes that I'm not fully in love with the full entire color story. Has that affected my views? Absolutely. Absolutely. I will tell you that making these choices that I have made have affected my channel a lot, to the point where not to make anybody feel bad or like woe is me kind of thing, but I've seen it. And this is the first year where I've had a month where I have not gotten paid at all. It's been years since that has happened. And I realized how much this change has affected my channel because my views are nowhere near what they used to. And for the first time, I didn't get paid a month at all. And normally I would get paid something. And this is the first time in years that I have not. And I knew it was going to be hard in the beginning with the growing pains of changing my thought process, my views and things as far as what I wanted to do on my channel. But I am so much happier. I feel like I am more relaxed. I enjoy, not that I did not enjoy, and I want to make that clear, not that I didn't enjoy project panning, but I felt like it was a chore. I felt like I was panning things that I really didn't want to pan, or that I was just overdoing, being forced. I really wanted to play around. I have decluttered so much in my collection and I have opened up so many drawers and I felt so less burdened by the things that I have, all because I stopped panning, all because I was able to just now sit and be with my thoughts of what I have in my life that I really want to keep and know that I am committed to finishing all the way. And a lot of eyeshadow palettes were not doing that. A lot of nicer eyeshadow palettes. I still have some that I'm on the fence with, like for instance this one. I feel like as I look, like for instance, this is an example I'm gonna show you. I look at this palette as a whole and I'm like, oh, it's so all over the place. These are too dark. When am I ever gonna use those? I don't use red. This one's like a peachy color, But as I am using it, I'm really liking it. And this is the only palette I used on my eyes. This is the second time I've used this palette and I'm like, okay, I do like you. I do like you. And these are the things that project panning didn't allow me to do, because if this rolled into a project pan, I would be concentrating on one shadow and then that would be the end of it. And I wouldn't take the time to really see what eyeshadows or the palette as a whole if I wanted to keep it. Now, could I have done that through project panning? Absolutely. But typically I would have 4 shadows. I would have about 4 projects going at the same time. Work, running my household. Do I really have the time to add that to my schedule? No, I wanted to use my time for other things. So this is where I'm like, all right, something has got to give. And project panning was the thing that I did. I still watch project panning. I still enjoy it because it still motivates me to continue using what I have, continue using what I've learned. Because I did learn a lot. I learned about myself. I learned about what I like. I learned about how long products take to be used up. And that's you're constantly hearing that a lot when it comes to people who do this. But I also have learned other lessons that I didn't think I would needed to learn or that were possible, because then I learned that it kind of controlled me and not knowing everything in my collection. I wasn't happy with some things that I project pan. I'm just like, I could have just given it to a better home instead of forcing myself to use it. And never did I, in the beginning, I would hate pan, and then I stopped doing that because I just didn't like it. But even so, kind of pan things that I could have let go of instead of having an easy out, if that makes any sense. Picking a product that I knew was going to be easy to use up instead of saying, you know what, even if this was going to take me harder to pan, I would have rather pan this than a drugstore bronzer that was very, very powdery that I knew I would get through quicker just to show progress on a video kind of thing. And that's one of the things I've learned. There's a lot of things that I had that I let go of this past year, even like just the last 3 months, that I would have put in a project pan just to make it easy, and you guys would have been happy seeing my progress, than just letting it go. I've learned that I just don't like pink highlighters. That's another thing. I knew deep down inside I didn't, but I couldn't let go of it because I never took the time to sit with them and play with them. I have kept only 2 or 3 pink highlighters. And the only reason why I kept them is because they're so subtle in the pinkness that I don't feel like they look too pink. But now I know that I just don't like pink highlighters. Truly don't like them. I had an idea, I had an inclination of it, but I never really took the time to evaluate that because I jumped into project panning so quickly. I do miss seeing progress on products. That's one thing I do enjoy, but I couldn't stand doing the progress because it's a lot of work, a lot of picture taking, video taking, storage using up, going back to pull up the storage, like the products of the previous months. And I know a lot of you guys enjoy that, but let me tell you, that's a lot of work. To do project pan videos takes a lot of work. It's not super easy. I'm trying to figure out, maybe I like this one. It's not like just, oh, pop it on, here we go, moving on, showing you. It's hard. It's a lot of work and it's a lot of time consumingness. I have been able to find more time in getting more creative in the sense of topics that I'm talking to you guys about, taking more time to, I feel like when I used to project pan, it took so much time out of me that I was so tired that I didn't care to film videos that you genuinely would have wanted to see. I decluttered so much in the previous years, but never filmed it because I was already spent from doing so much that I was just like, oh, do I really have to pull out these palettes and show them and talk about it? Like, to me, it was becoming a chore, and I'm like, oh, I don't want to do this. And now that I don't project pan and now I have more time to dedicate to other things, I've had a lot of fun really taking you through every single step and not just saying, oh, well, I let go of things or I just let people take stuff. And I could have filmed all that stuff and you guys could have went along with it, but I never did, just for the reason that I was just so tired. Project panning is a lot of work. I give those that do all that and show you all the progress, give them credit. I'm so grateful that they do that because it is fun to watch, but let me tell you, it's a lot of work. Coming from somebody who has done it for 9 years, it's a lot of work. A ton of work, a lot of storage, a lot of going back. And if you're in month 10, that means you got to go back 10 times, pull all these in, try to put it all in at the right moment. It's a lot. So I do give credit where it's due. I'm going to do my brows. You guys know I do my brows off camera. It's just easier. And then I'll come back and finish the topic. So here's a question I get often is, do I miss project panning? I miss the excitement of sharing with you guys when I hit a goal. I miss that feeling of wow, look what I've done kind of thing, especially at the end of the year. That I do miss because there's times where at this point I would have shown you guys things that I would have finished or things that I hit pan on, or dips that I have going on. Like, those are the things that I miss. But I don't miss the actual process of it. I am actually really happy that I did decide to take a break from it, and right now I don't miss it. I miss the views. I miss the excitement of seeing progress, but I'm not gonna lie to you guys, I am still like concentrating on products already on their own. So it's not like I am not doing it on my own, but it's more of like a natural thing. It's like, okay, well, I just want to stick to this one. I don't feel like changing it up, so I'm just gonna keep going with it. So I've been doing that, and it's been working fine for me. I feel like there comes a point where you don't need to project pan. It's more of like, all right, this is just should be coming natural to you. And that's where I stand right now with my makeup products. I am happy to say that I thought for a minute there that I was gonna lose all engagement on my videos. And I will tell you that my engagement on my videos still has been the same, which has proven to me time and time again that you guys are awesome. You guys are amazing. You love conversing with me. You love to have conversations with each other. And you resonate with the topics that I either talk about or the videos that I am making, which I really do appreciate. Because that's one of the things that I was afraid of, that when I made the decision to not project pan, that I was going to lose that. I knew I was going to lose money. I knew I was going to lose views. I knew I was going to lose subscribers, but I was afraid of losing the engagement. And that's where I was a little bit more scared of. But I knew I had to decide to do this for myself, because in order for me to really give you guys more fun stuff, more different things, I needed to do this. And I have gotten quite a few comments saying that you do like the direction that my channel's going, that you do connect more with me than before. And I'm so happy to hear that, because I feel like I've let go of a lot of things that were holding me back on doing certain videos on here, and I couldn't be more happier. I still lose, there hasn't been a month yet where I've actually gained subscribers. I'm still losing them, you guys. I started out the year with a certain amount of subscribers, and I'm lower and lower each month. That's okay. Hopefully at some point I will start gaining an audience that wants to hear what I have to say or enjoys what I'm putting out there. But for now, I'm just so happy that the engagement hasn't changed. And that's for you guys. That's because of you guys. I see that you guys share my videos, and I appreciate that. You guys share things, you guys click on links. You guys are awesome, and this is the reason why I still do this, because of you guys. I really do appreciate each and every one of you guys. If it wasn't for the engagement, I think I would have quit by now. I think that my comment section is what keeps me going. And do I get comments that are a pain? Yes. Do I get comments that are unnecessary? Absolutely. I do, and I will always continue to get them. But I feel that it's better. It's on the better end than it is the worst. It's like here and there with the worst, and I don't even pay mind to them. I just continue doing this. So I do appreciate that you guys are still loving my channel, still wanting for me to engage with you guys, and that means a lot to me. I'm trying to see if Yash, or this is Hodgepodge. Would this be too much, or Yash? Let's try Yash, shall we? Yash might be today. Yep, I think it's Yash. All right, so let me line my lips with my usual lip liner. Like, see, I'm just trying to use what I have. I'm still trying to, my core values as far as using up my makeup and not being an over consumer are still there. Am I still buying products? Yes, but it's not an excess. And we're in March, and I've yet to buy an eyeshadow palette. That is exciting for me. Nothing has come out yet that really has gotten my attention. And when it does, I will get it. But in the meantime, I'm loving what I have. I'm gaining a personal relationship with my own makeup collection, and I'm really enjoying it. And I'm really seeing how my products are working and what I really like. And I'm like, dang, man, I got some good stuff in here. I really, really do have some great makeup that's either no longer in production, no longer in existence. It was limited edition. I just really, really love what I have. All right, Yash, you're looking good. All right, so I only have Hodgepodge left to show you guys in a video, and then we used up all of our MAC lipsticks, you guys. So just to wrap up this video, you guys, I don't miss Project Pan as of right now. I don't know how I'm gonna feel in another 3-4 months. Right now, I'm loving the relationship that I'm gaining with my makeup collection. I'm loving getting to know the stuff that I have. I am loving sharing products with you guys, whether it's through my Poshmark or sending it to you guys personally, sending it to friends of mine that would really love to try things out. I have no problem doing that. You guys know that I have always had an open door policy on my makeup collection. You guys have heard me say it millions of times where I've given full faces of makeup to family members, to friends, to people that I know that are in need or whatever the case may be, that just want it and can't afford it or just don't have the time to, or they're in a different time of their lives where they just, that's not their priority. I'm more than happy to do that. I don't have a problem with that at all. I am not somebody who needs to have makeup every day, that needs to wear it because then I don't feel like myself. Nope. I get on camera sometimes with zero makeup and I'm okay with it. I'm okay with being who I am, and I appreciate that a lot because I didn't know how this was going to pan out when I first started doing my channel, but I'm happy to say that my faith and my values have grounded me, and maybe that's the reason why where I am today. I just don't want a lot of things. There are certain things that I do love my variety, but I don't need an excessive amount of variety. I've realized that the new trends is underconsumption and people are just using what they have. But you guys, that's how I was raised. Like, I still have a hard time letting go of containers. Look, this is a prime example. This was a lid that came with an Urban Decay setting spray that covered the lid that it came with. So this was a lid within a lid. I couldn't help myself because I was like, I can use that for something, and now I keep toothpicks in there. I keep toothpicks in here. You guys, like, I am somebody who tries to use what I have to the best of my ability and not feel guilty just throwing things away. I could not do that. I don't do that with my makeup. If things don't sell on my Poshmark, if things I can't find somebody with, and I just keep them unless they really can't be used, and then I have to get rid of it. But I will keep it, and I will find a way to use it and figure out how to love it because I spent the money on it and I just don't want it to go in a landfill. I'd rather me use it up. I still love watching Project Panning. I still support all my Project Panners. I love seeing their progress. It motivates me to still stay on track, but not necessarily having to do it myself. And I hope you guys understand what I mean. I'm going to reevaluate this topic in another 3-4 months to see how it is, because by then it'll be like 6+ months of me not Project Panning at all. And I will see where we go from there. We'll see how my shopping habits have changed, if they have changed any. So far, I have been able to count the amount of things I've purchased with both of my hands and not in excess. No eyeshadow palettes have been purchased at this point. No face stuff, like no blushes, no bronzers, no highlighters, nothing where I have an excess amount of already. Did I go out? No face palettes, nothing. I've purchased eyeliners, which I haven't purchased in maybe 2 years at this point, but it was a specific color that I wanted. This is the only one that I have. This is the only one that I have. You guys have been watching me use it, but I've been wanting this specific shade that I remember that I panned from Mirabella that I've missed. It's like a bronzy color. So Persona Cosmetics had it on sale for $8, and I took advantage of that because I knew I would use them, especially during the summertime. I do love what I have, and I have rediscovered some amazing products, and I've also discovered some amazing products that just are not my taste anymore, not my thing, and I love to spread the love in whichever way possible that could be. So thank you guys so much for watching, sticking around. Any topics you guys want me to touch on in these kind of videos, leave them down in the comment section. If you did not see that post, I will write them down so then I could put my thoughts together and then do a video on it. I love to do these with you guys. There's a lot of topics out there that I want to talk to you guys about, but I'm trying to spread these videos apart because some of my Get Ready With Me's just don't get any views, and I'm trying to balance it out where I'm not broke. Not that this is giving me a lot of money, but this is my side hustle, and this is like my money that I bring back to this channel. And if I'm not making much, I can't put back much. So that's how that goes. Anyway, thank you guys again for all of your support. I will catch you guys in the video on the screen. Until then.